If you lose your leg,
Oh,
the
nice.
skin will close up over the stump and you'll be legless the rest of your life.
I would have never guessed that, to be honest. I needed this video to know that. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Live Here. Gang. Now today, bro, we're taking it back. The last time we reacted to Zack D films, bro, I just figured out that bro actually posts like multiple times a day. So this is like this should be 8 hours ago, right? Let's go to the next one. The next one was 10 hours ago. Next one was 12 hours ago. Like, bro, how many does he post in a day? 15 hours ago. That's 4. Okay, this is actually insane. 5. I actually want to see how much he posted in a day. Okay, so that's finally October 17th. So yeah, basically this guy posts like 4 or 5. I don't know if it's per day or if he takes like a couple days break and then like posts all at once. But basically, dude, he's on the grind, just like me. You know what I'm saying? So Left Head Game. Without further ado, make sure to grab the popcorn. Let's see.
If you get a splinter, most people just go ahead and pull them out. But sometimes they get lodged so deep into your skin that you can't reach them. If the area gets infected,
yeah, that's crazy. If it's like so deep you can't get it, oh my god, that has to feel so bad because it's just like an inner pain, you know what I'm saying? Instead of something sticking out. Chat, I always like used to get like tweezers and like squeeze the skin from both sides of it so that it just like starts nudging out little by little. I feel like that's the most safest way instead of just trying to like because I feel like the more you put pressure on a certain way, then it'll just keep going deeper.
It will start to swell as pus forms under the skin. This creates pressure around the
you have a foreign object in your skin.
Sometimes push it upwards towards the skin's surface. And if you're lucky, after a certain period of time,
it'll just
your
come out.
body could have completely removed it from your skin. If you get a splinter,
okay, but like, why would you just go into the tree like that in the first place, though? Like, you might be a little restarted if you do that. Just a little bit. Let's look at the comments though. Let's see what they say. I like how comfortably satisfying these animations are on the channel. That's facts. And if you're luckier, the splinter will stay with you for the rest of your life. Yo, I've literally heard stories of people that literally haven't took splinters out in years and years, or sometimes just had it for their whole life. That's insane to me.
If you somehow removed all of the blood vessels in your body.
Let me try. No? Sit down? Okay.
And tied them together, you might think it would be about this long, but
I don't know how long it'd be, bro.
Your body has thousands of these tiny vessels
that move
in and out of every body part. And with all of them combined, if you started in New York, your blood vessels would make it all the way to the Grand Canyon. It would
are you serious?
To reach all the way across the Pacific Ocean, over Japan, Asia, and all of Europe.
Okay, that is actually insane. I would have never guessed, bro. I mean, it makes sense because, chat, like, if you think about a human body, how much blood vessels it takes to actually circulate through every single part of our body is immense. I know that for sure. But in this context, I would have never thought, bro, it's like that it would be this long.
And not only would it make it all the way back to your starting point, but it would make it back to make this trip 2 to 4 times over.
All right, chat, if you want to travel the world, just go ahead and separate your body from your blood vessels. Like, hey, you learned it from Zack D films, not me, bro. Zack D films.
When a doctor gives you a shot, they can sometimes accidentally push the needle all the way through your vein, which ends up puncturing both sides. Once the needle is removed, it leaves.
That's like my worst fear, bro. Like a doctor just messing up the shot, bro. Chad, has anybody been through that where like the doctor messes it up and like has to do it again or something? Bro, even till this day, I don't like sharp pains, bro. Like pokes and stuff. Like I'll get it, I'll be fine. As a kid, I was terrified, but now as an adult, I'm like, you know, I'm still like tense a little bit, but I know I just got to get it done real quick. But still, it's annoying, bro. I hate little pinches, little sharp pains. I'd rather feel like a blunt force pain, like a punch, than like just sharp, you know what I'm saying? Cutting.
Moved, it leaves 2 holes in the vein, and before the body can thicken the blood and seal these holes, it bleeds into the surrounding tissues. This leaked blood forms a dark, tender area under the skin, creating bruises and splotchy areas. When a doctor gives...
Yep, that's why you got to be trained to give these shots, bro. I love how uncomfortably realistic the animations are. That's what I'm saying. It's so uncomfortable, but it's like literally capturing how our body will react to things, you know? New fear unlocked, puncture in body pipes.
Have you ever wondered how this trick is done? It's one of those things where you know he can't actually be making the salt disappear, but it's still confusing to look at.
That's crazy.
Well, it turns out that the simplest explanation is the right one.
Hey, Zack D films, I will watch your back after this, bro. You never reveal a magician's secrets. Watch Zack D films back, chat.
Explanation is the right one. Look closely at his hand during this shot. Do you notice how he sort of grabs his thumb here? Well, this is because he's using a prop called a Dofi finger. He holds it in his fist like a cup, fills it up with the salt, gets it onto his other thumb, and then grabs it off his thumb back and—
Bro, that's insane. Like, to the naked eye, you can't really see that, but now that he's explaining it, it's so obvious. Like, wow, that's weird.
Thumb, and then grabs it off his thumb.
Like, that's so obvious. You can see it.
Back into the first position.
What?
Watch it again and see if you can notice. Have you ever wondered how this trick is done?
Chat, you know, the things that you think you could spot with your eye is usually not the things you could spot right away. It's so quick. The amount of practice that got into that sleight of hand is always so impressive. Yeah, that's the impressive part. It's like, it's obvious, but it's so quick and so executed perfectly that it's not obvious, you know?
If you lose one of your adult teeth, the bone where the tooth once was can start to deteriorate. To prevent further damage, a dentist will fill the cavity with a synthetic material that mimics real bone.
Bro, I hate getting fillings from the dentist, bro. I honestly just hate the dentist in general, deadass. That's why I try to take as good care of my teeth as I can and try not to get cavity stuff, because bro, getting fillings, doing any work on my teeth, especially now after I had braces for a while, my teeth started getting super sensitive to everything, especially like cold things or whatever. And especially when they have those tools, they like zzz or whatever, or try to feel, like I literally get so sensitive and it hurts, bro.
Once filled, a metal bracket is secured on top and the incision is closed. After the graft has healed, a large implant post is inserted into the new bone. Then a small metal piece is screwed in and a porcelain tooth is secured on top.
That's disgusting. That's so disgusting, but you gotta do what you gotta do, bro. Dentist, what are you afraid of? Also dentists. Mom, don't worry, dentists are scary. Dentists, bro. Yeah, this definitely paints the dentist in a dark light, I'm not gonna lie.
When a honeybee stings a human, they actually get stuck for a while and can't leave. And this is because their stinger is barbed, which means it can't be tracked once it's lodged into something. But once the bee finally pulls away, its insides get ripped out because the stinger stays in the skin.
Ew. So they die, right?
The skin. This leaves the bee without some of its internal organs, resulting in its death.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's no way to survive after literally a part of them gets ripped out of, like, that's crazy. When a bee stings you at the expense of his own life just to make sure you feel pain to show how much it hated you. Yo, that's actually facts, bro. You know what? I'm always super scared of getting stung by a bee, but I've never been stung once, bro. And I've been around a lot of bees, and like I just stay as completely calm as possible, because I feel like if you start swiping at them and trying to kill them, then that's when they get defensive and stuff. But yeah, has anybody got stung by a bee? Like, what is the exact sensation, bro?
Have you ever wondered about this little dangly thing at the back?
I'm looking into a grown man's mouth right now. That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Your throat? Well, even though it looks like a miniature punching bag,
it does.
It actually serves a handful of important functions. You see, when you swallow food, this thing called a uvula actually swings backwards to prevent the food from going up your nose. It's also constantly producing saliva to keep the throat moist.
Wait, but like, I feel like the swallowing motion in general just encourages things to go downwards though. Like so if this wasn't there, it would literally go up my nose.
Using saliva to keep the throat moist, which aids in swallowing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because there's a tiny muscle inside the uvula, it can move around, which helps you speak.
Oh, what the heck? So this thing in the back, I mean, it makes sense though, chat. If you think about it, like when you're talking, like just talk right now. Hello, 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 hello. You can kind of feel like in the back, like you can feel it moving kind of, if that makes sense. Now I'm really paying attention to it. Yo, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, you learn something new.
If you're trapped in the trunk of a vehicle, you should
you're dead.
Immediately start searching for the glow-in-the-dark release hatch. If you don't see the latch, don't panic. Trunks are not airtight, so there's no risk of running out of oxygen. Try feeling around the edges of the trunk for a handle. This may allow you to release the seat back. As a last resort, kick out one of the brake lights.
Yeah, that's probably one of the first things I would do is kick out the lights, bro.
This small opening will allow you to signal for help. If you're
just conveniently a Zack D Films car.
Signal for help.
Just convenient. So convenient, bro.
Imagine waking up in a coffin and realizing that you were mistaken.
Bro, Mr. Beast did this already, bro. Like, bro's a noob. 7 days, bro. Come on.
You were mistakenly buried alive. Now, this wouldn't happen with the medical guidelines we have today, but in the 19th century, old coffins were found with scratch marks on the inside, making this a legitimate concern. So as a solution,
did they think people were dead, or was this like a form of torture to literally bury someone alive?
They started adding strings inside the coffins that traveled up to the ground and were connected to a little.
That's the thing back then, especially they don't have like the technology we have. Like, what if someone's like in a coma or something and they just weren't advanced to like figure that out, so they think they're dead and then they bury them and then they wake up out of their coma and they're just like, where the fuck am I? Let me out! Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine that. That would be a bad nightmare.
Connected to a little bell. And if you woke up underground in a coffin, you could just ring the bell, signaling that you're still alive.
Easy.
Imagine
or you could just be like me and just, you know, just break the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Just treat it like Minecraft, break the dirt blocks, and then you're up to the top, bro.
If you get a skin tag, some people think you can just rip them off yourself, but you actually shouldn't do this. You see, skin tags are connected to your body by a thin piece of tissue.
It looked like those nerd clusters.
And if you looked inside of it, the tag actually has its own nerves and blood vessels.
Oh my
gosh. Ripping it off would cause significant bleeding, and the open wound would be susceptible to infection.
Chat, does anybody have skin tags, bro? I don't think I have any skin tags, to be honest. Like, I know people that do, but do I have skin tag? I don't think I do, bro. Like, I have moles and stuff, but that's not considered skin tag, is it?
To infection. Instead, if you want them removed, a doctor can freeze them off with liquid nitrogen, which is a better option. If you get,
I wonder if you would feel something though. Like when you do freeze it like that, would it feel like, I don't know, would it feel weird? Hella sensitive or something? Thanks for removing my skin tag, doctor. That would be $1,000, sir. Dead ass, bro. Healthcare is crazy.
When you use a derma roller, it pushes a bunch of tiny needles into your face, creating small punctures across the surface. Your brain perceives these small holes as wounds.
This is how people use this to like grow hair in specific places, bro.
As wounds, which triggers your body's natural healing response. The body then sends out cells to make collagen and elastin, which helps your skin stay firm and stretchy. Over time, these cells strengthen the skin, giving a firmer and more youthful appearance.
Wait, what? So people can use that to just look more youthful? I thought it was mainly for like growing hair follicles. I don't know why, because people say that when you put it on, like if I wanted to grow a beard, I go like this a lot every day, and then because of the punctures, like I guess it like triggers the hair follicles to start growing or something. But I didn't know people use this to like look more youthful. That's new to me.
A few days ago, I showed you how this trick was done, and I was wrong. This is how I originally explained it.
Or maybe he's just superhuman. We don't know.
Cane, base, rods, back brace, harness. All that's left for the magician to do is use his
What? Wait, am I tripping or is this blurred? Why is it blurred?
Base, harness. All that's left for the magician to do is use his core strength to pull his legs up.
Okay.
Well, this magician, known as Special Head, left a comment on my TikTok. He also made a response video proving that my theory is wrong. There appears to be no base or harness. In fact, Special Head has some other videos online where he just touches someone's head and levitates. So what's going on here? What's the real explanation to this?
Bro, there's gotta be some explanation though. There's no way this is physically possible, because he's not like pushing down like forcefully on anything. He's literally just floating.
Real explanation to this trick. The answer is that I have no idea.
So I watched this video for nothing, bro. I was legit looking forward to the next conspiracy. The answer is I have no idea. True words have ever been spoken. Hey, you know what? At least he admitted he was wrong. Chat, leave a guess down below. I don't know, because I can't see any barrier. I would automatically assume that there's something that's helping him flow, but you can't see nothing.
If you chip a piece off of your tooth, a dentist might shave down the surrounding area. Then a bonding material that matches your tooth.
Oh yeah, make sure that is Zack D Films medicine too, bro. Yep, Zack D Film makes everything from cars to medicine to teeth to booty cheeks.
Your tooth color is applied and shaped to match the original appearance. Once the shape is near perfect, a special light hardens the material, making it as durable as the tooth.
What the heck?
The dentist polishes the tooth to blend it seamlessly.
I hate that tool, bro. It feels so weird.
With the others. If you chip a piece off of your tooth.
So yeah, bro, they can literally create teeth. Why can't you just create teeth so I don't have to feel any pain, bro? Just do that.
If you swallowed a watermelon seed, some people think that it could potentially sprout in your stomach.
Who thinks that? Who thinks that? I wouldn't think that. I would think that the acidity in my stomach would just kill it off, right?
Meaning you'd literally be growing a watermelon inside of you. Now,
guys, I'm pregnant. Oh wait, no, it's just my watermelon. Never mind. Let me just push it out.
this is obviously not true. Your stomach acid would dissolve the seed before it had time to grow. But there was a case of a man who swallowed a pea that ended up going down the wrong way. And months later, after being rushed to the hospital because of breathing problems, a doctor discovered that the pea had been ingested in the man's lung. And because lungs—
Bro, how the f did it go in the lungs? Like, literally how?
Man's lung. And because—
From the esophagus to the lungs?
Lungs are warm and moist, the pea was able to split open and sprout into a plant.
What?
If you swallow—
Yo, that's actually insane, bro. I mean, that would be a cool story to tell for generations, but still, that's so scary. New fear in lungs accidentally ingesting a food that went the wrong way. I feel like you would feel that right away, though. There's no way something could go in your lungs and you're not immediately coughing and needing to go to the doctor, like right now.
The army ant is placed on the wound, positioned so its jaws clamp tightly on the edges, securing them together. Then the ant's body is twisted off.
Oh, nice. It could just turn into a Lego casually.
Leaving its head and mandibles in place, which acts as a stitch. More are added depending on the size of the wound. And these ant stitches are left in the skin until the edges of the wound stay closed on their own.
So that's what they used back in the day, bro? Like, y'all couldn't just use stitches? I'd rather have the wound than have lots of cut off ants on it. I ain't gonna lie, yeah. It depends on the wound, though. I ain't gonna lie. Because this is creepy. Just imagine looking at this every day, bro. Like, what is this, bro? This literally looks like a freaking horror movie.
When you pump gas in your car,
and you pump ass in your car,
there's this tiny hole connected to a valve that sucks in air. This air intake keeps the fuel flowing smoothly as it fills your car. But as soon as the tank is full, the gas covers this hole, stopping the airflow and creating a vacuum inside. And this change in pressure triggers the pump to stop the flow of gas.
Yeah, I like pumping my car with stuff.
You know the equal sign in math? Well, back in the day, people actually wrote is equal to instead. And
I mean, it still makes sense though.
Mathematician
it's the same
Robert
thing.
Record was getting tired of writing it over.
Oh yeah, I would get hella tired.
So in 1550,
bro, oh my gosh, is this math or fucking English class, bro? We have to write the same sentence or the same vocabulary word 10 times so you remember how to spell it.
Started using two horizontal lines instead. He figured since the two lines were the same size
and it equals
equal to each other, which
dang, I never thought about like how it originated, because like it does kind of not make sense if you just think about it as it's just two lines. Why did you just put two lines for equal? But now he explains it because the two lines are basically parallel to each other or equal, and then it equals. Yeah, it makes sense.
Each other, which made it the perfect symbol for equality.
Something we don't have in America. No,
if an octopus loses some of its limbs and then somehow makes it back into the ocean, you might think it would die.
Nah, I know that octopuses can grow limbs though. I know that.
From the open wounds, but they have an ability that allows them to quickly seal the cut before it becomes infected. Once the wounds begin to heal, new cells can start to reconstruct the missing limbs.
That's crazy.
After several weeks, new fully functional tentacles regrow.
Like, just imagine the trippy feeling. Like, you cut off an octopus arms, it escapes from you. Then the next day you see it with those same arms just fully grown again. You're like, oh, it's gonna beat my ass now. Let me go jump in the water.
If you shoot at bulletproof glass, the outer layer absorbs the impact and shatters. But under this is a tough plastic sheet that acts as a web, catching the shattered glass. The energy is then evenly distributed across the surface, which reduces the bullet's force. And if that isn't enough to stop it, there's another layer of glass backed by more plastic that ensures the bullet would not make it all the way through.
Wow. No, that's actually insane. I've always wanted to know like how bulletproof things work, bro. But it's just, I guess it's just about redistributing the energy or the force of the bullet when it, makes contact.
Another layer of glass.
Well, obviously it's just layers too, bro. Dang, that's crazy. Glass has been real quiet since this short has been dropped. What? What do you mean, bro?
If you took out one of your bones.
Oh yeah, let me go do that real quick. Let me just fucking. Let me follow this Zack D Films video.
And somehow molded it into a chunk about this big.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
You might think it would be completely crushed under the weight of a car.
Nah, I wouldn't think that. Bro, no. Our bones are fucking incredibly strong, chat. Cause think about it. Our bones are literally keeping me up doing this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I could jump. You know what I'm saying? All that force. You know what I'm saying? Doing flips and shit. We can literally fall from tens of feet plus and not die and stuff. So yeah, our bones are pretty damn strong, bro.
Bones are actually made of a tough mix of minerals and a stretchy protein called collagen. And this makes them so strong that a single cubic inch can support the weight of nearly 5 standard cars.
That's crazy. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me though, because I do know, like, I'm aware of how fucking strong our bones are. If you just use it, like I said, just in basic form, like you don't even have to know the specifics of why it's strong or the minerals or anything. Just our existence, our everyday things that we do, bro. Like we're not able to do that without freaking insanely strong bones. And you think about it, it's really hard to break a bone. It's possible, it happens all the time, but it's really, really hard, bro. It has to be a lot of force.
When you swallow food, it's supposed to go down your esophagus, which leads to your stomach.
Yeah.
But there's this different route that leads to your lungs called the trachea. And the trachea,
yeah, we know that.
Right next to your esophagus. Now, when you swallow, the fleshy parts in your throat move over the trachea, so the food won't go down it. But sometimes, if you eat too fast,
and then that thing stays open, it accidentally goes down the fucking trachea.
The fleshy parts of your throat don't do their job, and the food
goes
down your trachea, also known as the wrong pipe. When you swallow food,
it's literally the wrong pipe. Like, it's not even exaggeration. Now I understand why my parents told me to slow down while eating dinner. That's facts though. You can't eat so fast, bro. I know sometimes it's a long day. You get home, you just want to eat. It's your favorite food. You're just like, but yo, you're gonna regret it once you're. Mommy, help me. Like, come on. You gotta be okay, little Timmy.
If you lose your leg,
the
skin will close up over the stump and you'll be legless the rest of your life.
Okay, yeah, so we're just getting hit with a common sense bomb right here. Like, Zack, he just told me that if I lose my leg, I won't have my leg for my whole life. Like, I would have never guessed that, to be honest. I needed this video to know that.
Stump, and you'll be legless the rest of your life.
Yeah.
This is true for almost all creatures, but there is an amphibian called an axolotl that does something different. See, when this creature loses a limb,
Zack Films feature though.
Axolotl that
never mind.
Something different. You see, when this creature loses a limb, the wound quickly closes up to prevent infections. But shortly after, a mass of cells known as a blastema form at the injury.
I need some blastema.
As these cells grow, they morph into bone, nerve, and skin cells. And over time, these cells entirely rebuild the creature's limb.
Bro, I know for a fact that we've done studies with that on in some way, some form, bro. Like, imagine someone's like cut off arm or leg or something, amputated thing. Like, they've had to try something like this to see if there's a way to regrow human limbs, but I don't think it's gonna work. Not this way.
The creature's limb from the inside out.
Jack, you think in this lifetime that we'll see anything with regenerative tissue or bones or something, bro? I don't know. I feel like maybe in the next 200 years or so.
Inserting Q-tips in your ear actually pushes most of the earwax further in.
Yeah, I know, but how the else am I supposed to clean my ears, bro? Now, when I clean my ear, I don't push it in. I literally just scrape it so that the outer layer, I just get that out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not poking out with earwax.
This is so bad for you that even the Q-tip box says not to do it. But odds are you'll still use them even after watching this video. Why? Well, using Q-tips leads to what dermatologists refer to as the itch-scratch cycle. The more you use them, the more your ears itch. And the more your ears itch, the more you use them. Inserting
I've never really experienced an itching sensation, chat. Have you guys? I just do it once in a while, clean my ears, and I'm good. Like, I don't really get itches.
When Pinocchio lies, his nose grows. So
when I lie, something else grows. Just kidding.
What would happen if he said, "My nose is about to grow"? If it did not grow, then that would mean he was lying, which would cause his nose to grow. But his nose growing would then indicate that he was not lying.
Wait, what?
which means his nose should have never grown. What do you think would happen?
Yeah, this made my brain work too hard. Here, I got a solution. I'll just chop off his nose in general. Then he won't have to feel any more longer pains, I guess.
In 1970, a doctor removed the head of a monkey
Nigga, why?
and transplanted it with another one,
Why?
painstakingly connecting the tissues in the neck to the donor head. Now, the monkey survived, regained consciousness, and was able to see and hear. But
What?
the spinal cord couldn't be connected, so the monkey was unable to move its
Oh,
body.
so it's just
And while
paralyzed.
the procedure was technically successful, the monkey only lived for a few days.
Damn. Yeah, I would think so, because it's like, bro, you can't just connect things like that so easily. Like, I've heard of, like, I mean, do people get leg transplants and stuff? Arm transplants? I really only see them get, like, the robot things.
If you lost your finger,
Oh, nice.
most people assume you'd be fingerless the rest of your life. But
I mean, that's a fact.
if you manage to get to a hospital quick enough with your cleanly severed finger,
Oh,
that isn't
they can
too
put it back.
damaged, a surgeon can meticulously connect the tiny blood vessels and the tiny nerves,
What?
which reestablishes blood flow and sensation. And if this is done with expert precision, your finger can be reattached, restoring its normal function.
That's actually insane. But yeah, that makes sense though. But like, how you I mean, how often is it you cut off your finger and it's cleanly cut? Like, I mean, it's not like you put one of those saw machines, like, okay, let's test this out. Okay, let's go to the doctor. This shit fucking hurts.
If your ear gets ripped off, you can
Oh.
actually take some
Then you can't hear nothing.
cartilage from your rib cage. Then a doctor will carve it into the shape
Oh.
of an ear and
Oh,
place
nice.
it into a pocket of skin on your forearm.
So that seems not painful at all.
Inside your arm, it develops and forms new blood vessels and skin. Once it is fully developed, the new ear is removed
Are we dead ass? Wait, this is dead ass?
from your arm. The new blood vessels are attached to your ear hole, and the skin
Bro.
is carefully stitched to your head, giving you a new ear. If
No way, bro. Wait, this is real? 911, what's your emergency? I can't hear out of my arm. Yo, you guys are stupid in the comments, bro. What bump in your head? Oh, what? It's just my ear growing. What? Literally, bro. Oh yeah, don't worry about this. I just got a brand new ear. It's just, it's loading, bro. It's loading. It's like at 80% right now, and then I'll finally have my new ear.
when an ant bites you, it grabs your skin with its pinchers. But it's not actually the pinchers that hurt you. You see,
then what is
the
it?
ant uses them to hold on to your skin.
Ugh.
But then they bend their bodies upwards and stab
Oh yeah, I remember these freaky ass ants, bro. Nah, get these freaky ass ants out of here, bro.
Most people think soda tabs have this hole so you can turn it around and stick a straw through it.
Nah, I just open it and drink.
This prevents the straw from bobbing
W0 calorie, zero sugar Coca-Cola.
around, keeping it in place. And while this is a pretty handy trick, it isn't the actual reason for this hole. You see, the original soda tabs had a hole big enough to stick your finger through. And this was because
What?
in the original design, you literally had to peel and pull the can open. Now, when soda companies switched to this new design, they kept the hole as a relic from the older tabs. And also because
What
it
the
saves
heck?
on aluminum. Most people think
Chad, what do you think you like better, the old one? I don't know if I like the old one better, honestly. Nah, because the old one kind of looks like more hazardous. Because it looks like when you open cans and stuff.
the can
Now, this little piece gets stuck somewhere or whatever. You accidentally slice your finger. Yeah, you're cooked.
There is a secret about Skittles that the company doesn't want you to know about.
Is it me or his voice sounds really weird right here?
A secret
What?
about Skittles that the company doesn't want you to know about.
Taste the
See,
rainbow.
They claim that the candy
Taste the fucking rainbow, mate. Taste the fucking rainbow. Do you taste it? Are you tasting it?
comes in 5 different flavors, but the actual truth is that they all taste exactly the same. The only difference
Bro.
is their color and scent. And according to neuropsychology,
Yeah, no, this is facts because every time I eat Skittles, I be thinking that different ones taste different, but it's not, bro.
color and scent. And according to neuropsychologists, that's enough to trick your brain into thinking they have different flavors. There is a secret.
Nah, that's
about
facts, bro. Yeah, because all of them literally taste the same. There's no, the grape one, am I a joke to you? It's not a trick. Your sense of smell is literally connected to your sense of taste. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, smell could definitely not be equivalent to how something tastes, you know? Because something can smell like shit and taste good, right? technically.
If you get a blister, most people assume you're supposed to pop them.
No.
But should you actually do this? Well, blisters usually form on a spot of your skin that has become damaged. And inside the bubble, there is a small pocket of clear fluid that builds up. This fluid actually protects and heals the skin underneath, acting as a barrier to keep it clean. But when you pop a blister, it exposes the skin.
And then that opens you up to, you know, immediate infection pretty much because your skin is just open
prematurely before it has time to properly heal, which is why you shouldn't pop them.
Yeah. Don't pop your blisters, disters.
When a gun shoots a bulletproof vest, the bullet will hit and possibly tear through the first layer. These vests are made with multiple layers of super tough fibers that catch and slow down the bullet. Upon
just like
impact,
the glass.
The vest's fibers disperse the bullet's force, lessening it. And while
bro, that's the thing is like, yeah, it's bulletproof, but I feel like the force can still potentially knock someone out, like in a way, because bro, I don't know. I've never seen it like in person, but I always watch these like shows, like FBI shows or whatever, and like they'll get shot and have a bulletproof vest, but they'll literally like pass out for a couple minutes, and then they end up being okay, but they literally fall down and pass out. I don't know if that's a real effect or what would happen in real life, but yeah, I've seen that in shows.
And while the impact can still cause broken ribs and bruising, the vest keeps the bullet from entering your body.
So it can still break it. Oh, that's why, because it still's gonna hurt, but it's not gonna pierce you, like actually kill you.
Did you know the tongue is actually not the strongest
freaking tongue
muscle in the body?
Wait, chat, this is the guy from Amazing Digital Circus.
Did you know the tongue is
he's on Zack D Films channel.
Actually not the strongest muscle in the body? The human tongue is technically not even a muscle. It's a group of 8 muscles that control different functions.
Oh shit, 8 muscles, and I haven't been training them? Yeah, I gotta fix my workout regimen.
So what is the strongest muscle in the human body? Well, the muscle that exerts the most force based on its weight is this muscle on your face called the masseter. It's responsible for giving humans biting strength as great as 200 pounds.
That's actually not surprising, Chad, because yeah, we could bite into some crazy shit. We could bite some crazy, I mean, if we actually forcefully bit down on like a human arm or something, we could probably really, like if I really go down, you know what I'm saying, and just forget about the pain, I could probably cause some real damage.
If you cut a pilonidal cyst in half, you'd probably find a clump of hair inside. Now, these hairs typically fall from your head and down the back of your shirt. And as you ruffle around throughout the day, they move down to this area and
to your booty hole,
eventually embed into your skin. Your body perceives them as a foreign object.
Nah, these shit actually is like so annoying to get, bro. They're so fucking annoying.
And the area becomes inflamed. Now, this can eventually cause a cyst to form that entraps more and more hairs as they fall. If you
alright, bro, this shit's not a hotel hairsvania, bro. That was not funny. I tried. All right, chat. That's enough of Zack D Films. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to like a series on this, bro, because now that I know he's posting freaking 4 or 5 a day, bro, we can literally make a whole series on this channel like itself, bro. But yeah, these videos are peak. Make sure you guys go subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, let me know what else you guys want me to react to, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.